Ventura Productions. Chuck Norris wears G.I. Joe underoos will not be seen at this time in favor of this beard in our underwear show. Blech.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Action, excitement, music, and memories. See you in the past, see you in the past. Living in the past is a new generation, a legacy bound by destiny. The modern day Mozart of broadcast entertainment, a neon icon living in the 1980s. See you in the past, see you in the past. Smash Ventura TV, Smash Ventura TV. Smash Ventura is larger than life. See you in the past, see you in the past. Smash Ventura TV, Smash Ventura TV, Smash Ventura TV, Smash Ventura TV.
It's Smash Ventura. Welcome to another great episode of the show. We got a great interview guest. We've got a great special guest band. We've also got, as always, 80's nostalgia. Loaded! Ready to go. Yeah. Get something to eat. Make some coffee. Kick back. Relax. You're with me in the DeLorean. We're going to have a great time. I'm so glad you're here. Let's get into the show. We've got our Mixtape Massacree. Picked out a great 5 songs this time. Missing Persons, Walking in L.A., huh? Walking in L.A. Also, Bon Jovi. Raise your hands if you love the 80s. Raise your hands if you love the ladies. Raise your hands if you're sure. Remember that? Also, Duran Duran, Hungry Like the Wolf. There's a verse in there where Simon LeBlanc, I might be thinking of Castlevania. He's like, I smell like I sound. It's in the song. I smell like I sound, and I'm like, okay, were we just struggling to fill it in? Guys, I need a lyric. You smell like you sound. Okay, going in. Love Duran Duran. Hungry Like the Wolf. Then, of course, we've got to get in Kajagoogoo. Too Shy. Love it. That's another one of those songs that instantly brings me back to the old mall with the arcade and the pizza castle. You hear the first few moments of Kajagoogoo's Too Shy. Instant 80s. Instant. And we're going to kick it off with the lovely Lisa and Cult Jam. Head to Toe. Stick around, our retro commercials are on the way also. Right here on Smash Ventura TV. Phil, roll it.
Mixtape Massacree.
Nobody wants me today. I don't know who could have been a lame drummer, maybe, or someone just to bother do the three-way stranger, baby, shopping cart for sure. Maybe someone groovy. One thing's for sure, he is a siren in the movies, 'cause he's walking in LA. Walking in LA. Nobody walks in LA.
shine, hush hush, I to shine, shine, hush hush, I to shine, shine, hush hush.
Yes, the Mixtape Massacre. You know, I've been meaning to ask you guys, if you have one, what is your favorite feature on the show? I'd be curious. I've heard some people tell me in the past with the radio show it's the retro Mercials. Some people say it's what's on TV. Some people say it's the TV theme song. I'm just curious, what feature on the show do you like best? I love them all, but I'm biased. Right now, our retro Mercial feature. Now, there's some good ones in here, but this one I had to single out. Sectars. Who remembers the Sectar figures? Now, it's not just that the figures were cool, because it was like... okay, in that world, you had Masters of the Universe. Then, for those of you who also loved Remco, we had the Lost World of the Warlords. And then somewhere after that is Sectars. And mixed in through there is Thundercats and Silverhawks. Sectars were interesting, and what got me excited about them was their series of commercials told a story. You couldn't miss any of the Sectar commercials, because then you would only get part of the story. There'd be episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and each one picked up where the last one left off. It took me 12 years to finally get a copy of every commercial so that I had all the episodes. 30 seconds, 60 seconds, whatever it was. But it was a great story. And so I'm going to I'm going to be bad and just throw Sectars episode 6 at you. But you see the kids and they're playing and there's a storyline, and that helps spur my creativity, because then I would go out in the backyard and create mini episodes with my figures. And until next time. Because you had to diffy it up sometimes. He-Man, I got tired. Sometimes it would get tiring of, the bad guys would do something, then you had to go, dun, 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 He-Man. Oh no! He-Man's got a board with a nail in it! Board with a nail in it. You know how they did that in those ads? Anyway. Sectars were awesome. Great set of retro commercials. You tell me what jumps out at you in this set of retro commercials right here on Smash Ventura TV. Smash Ventura wears a wig. That sound okay? Bill, you know what to do. Bill, play the clip.
Retro commercials of the 1980s.
Aha! The Honeycomb Hideout. I'm Big Ralph, the real tough wrestler. And I want a big cereal.
Honeycomb, honeycomb, honeycomb.
Honeycomb big, yeah.
It's not small.
No. Honeycomb's got a big bite. Big taste and a big bite.
Honeycomb cereal, part of this big nutritious breakfast.
Honeycomb's a big bite. Yeah.
The battle of the Sectors continues. Royal Pinsor is hopelessly outnumbered by the forces of evil. The deadly Skulk and his vile war beast Tricula. Skeeto with venom-squirting Toxic. And the ruthless Commander Waspax with his insectoid Winged. The evil Sectors move in for the kill. Will Pinsor ever see the light of the Shining Realm again? Watch the next episode of Sectors by Coleco.
Fresh apple cake. The whole house smells of hot cinnamon and apples. It's grandmother's recipe. I'm Mrs. Olson. I remember Grandma saying the right ingredients make such a difference in how food tastes. So when people say all coffees are alike, I say no, they're not. Folgers is different. A special blend. Smells rich. Folgers is mountain grown. The richest, most aromatic kind of coffee. In cool mountain air, coffee grows slower, stores up more rich flavor. Folgers mountain grown flavor. Delicious. You know, good coffee is like good cooking. You can really taste the difference. Try mountain grown Folgers.
Is that an Aprika stroller? It's a My Child Aprika stroller. Wow.
Your parents put it together. My Child dolls sold separately.
It has a real fun hood. Of course it would. A back that lies down. Every stroller should. You're like a real mom. Everyone will know. 'Cause your new Aprika stroller says it so. My child wouldn't ride anything else either. The one for My Child.
My Child Aprika stroller with real Aprika stroller features. Dolls sold separately. New from Mattel.
Just the two of us.
That great dentine taste makes it nicer to be together, because not even mouthwash can freshen your breath better than when you're chewing dentine.
Just the two of us, you and I.
Going down, party time. My friends are gonna be there too. I'm on a highway to hell. On a highway to hell. I'm on a highway to hell.
The radio forecast? A heat wave of 80s hits on the new Star 107.9.
Tomatoes fresh and cheese so fine. Crust baked to realign all the worries of the day. Ted's Pizza paves the way. Oh, Ted's Pizza makes the scene where the dough is like a wing. Every flavor, every bite. Ted's Pizza takes the night.
Yes, just like a wing, Ted's Pizza Shop sends your taste buds flying. Visit them at 91 State Street, Rutland, Vermont, or give them a call at 802-773-6368. It's yummy yummy for your tummy.
Tomatoes fresh and cheese so fine. Crust that's baked to realign. La Familia, together we stand. Tony's touch in every hand. Tradition lives in every pie. Ted's Pizza you can't deny.
Do you love the 1980s?
Yes!
Well, this show is for you. It's the 80s Revolution.
We love the 80s Revolution.
I have it all. The music, the culture.
Eat my shorts.
And that good old feeling.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
The 1980s are alive and well on the 80s Revolution. Join me each week for a new episode.
Cinema movie time.
At last, the space comedy you didn't know you were waiting to see. The Ice Pirates. In the far distant future, in a galaxy where those in the know don't go, real estate is cheap, and they've got great sushi. But there's no water.
You got any water?
It is a time when desperate men will swing from the chandeliers just to get a drink.
Just take a look at that.
Good men like Jason, space pirate and explorer of the cosmos. His chief engineer and fellow rogue Roscoe.
Oh, here, quit that.
And the beautiful Princess Karina. One tiny band who must bust their buns, battling the masters of all the water in the galaxy. The evil Mithradoids, famous for not being nice.
Killing you would be too easy. I have something better in mind.
The Ice Pirates.
Let's boy.
See startling special effects. See depravity in zero gravity. See glamour girls from another galaxy. See kung fu robots. And delight in the mysteries of the seventh world. The one place in the universe to get a decent glass of water.
Don't do that.
Insist. How's it going? It's going great. How's it going with you?
The Ice Pirates. A totally spaced adventure.
Cinema movie time. The Ice Pirates. Nobody remembers. Does anybody? The Ice Pirates. What a wonderful movie. I remember during the HBO or Showtime pre-preview weekend, they ran that almost constantly. And it grew on me. And then somehow, you grow up and time gets away from you. I hadn't watched it in years, and I decided a month or so ago to watch it again. I still love it. It's cheesy, admittedly, in hindsight. The special effects are of their time, but it's still a fun movie. It still has that magic for me. If you remember the Ice Pirates and you liked it as a kid, give it another chance. You might enjoy it again. It's like visiting an old friend. The Ice Pirates! On the way, TV theme song of the 1980s. Man, I saw this cartoon a lot on the USA Cartoon Express. The Great Grape Ape. Huh? Love the cartoon. I'm not sure what the general goal was, because it always seemed like, okay, he's a giant grape ape. But the theme song, over 7 feet, 40 feet, over 40 feet high, grape ape, and he will punch you in the eye, grape ape. So, what a super swell guy! Dun dun dun. The great grape ape. That's me. USA Cartoon Express. The Great Grape Ape. Just a lot of great cartoons. So that's our TV theme song coming up shortly. Right now, another interview that's new to you. Yes, another dear friend. It pained me not to air this interview back when we originally did it, but we're back now. We're gonna get it out there. In the interview, I do joke about fingering King Kong Bundy. Now, let me explain. During one of the episodes of the Figure Guys podcast, we're talking about thumb wrestlers, and he picks up the thumb wrestler King Kong Bundy, which his pose was hilarious. He's bent at the knees, he's doing this with the arms, and this is his facial expression. Anyway, the Figstorian Brutus Valintine, he held up a Bundy, and he just was going like that. So when I make that joke later, you'll understand why. Brutus Valintine, the Figstorian, the man who made the Hasbro guidebook and the WWF LJN Wrestling Superstars guidebook. Great guy, awesome ball buster, and a dear friend. Right here on Smash Ventura TV. Phil, roll it. Or not. I don't know. He gifted us the greatest book I have ever seen in my life. Yes, the LJN book. This man put in the man hours. He hunted down every little nostalgic detail, including what underoos the Hulk Hogan figure's wearing. Ladies and gentlemen, a dear close personal friend of mine, and as you'll see when he starts talking, sophisticated and classy also. Brother Brutus Valintine, welcome to the show, man.
Oh, thanks very much, Smash. You do me a great honour there, but I think you sort of overstating my classiness for sure. It's one of the things I've least been told I am is classy.
Brutus, I don't want to fawn over you too much, but to have someone who has done such a giant favor to the retro community, especially the retro wrestling community. I know you're a humble guy and you're going to be like, but you really worked hard on this legendary LJN book, and I would just love you to tell our viewers about it, and then I'll pick your brain some more about it.
Oh, that's extremely kind. I sort of just knocked it up in a week, like all the digital people these days do. No, that's true. There was a hell of a lot of work that went into the book, and in fact, I actually started researching it about 1995, which I suppose is a testament to how lazy and slow I might be. But that was more a case of being in Australia. We didn't know what was available, and back at the time when the LJN wrestling figures came out, and that was a time in the mid '80s where really it was an explosion of culture going on all over the place. I could only afford to get one figure because I was going off to college, to university at the time, and it was about the mid '90s I started to buy them at flea markets and things like that. So I actually put up a website in 1997 called the Definitive Guide to Wrestling Figures. So that was the early days of the internet, and did some basic writing back then to try and show a bit more of a sociological, cultural relationship of what was going on at the time. So fast forward through to 2016, and that's when I started the really deep research into the book, and hoping to get it out about 18 or 19, but I had to put it back because of other projects at the time, because they're very time sensitive. And so it's essentially came together over about 3 years of research and then 1 year of production to get all the images, do all the profiles, and polish it up and get it ready for print.
Man, that someone that goes to that much effort, there's got to be some love, and I'd love to pick your brain. What is it about the LJN line that you love?
Well, that's an interesting thing. I mean, back over here in Australia, we used to have professional wrestling in the 60s and the 70s, and a lot of it was run by Jim Barnett, who would come down and they'd tour the guys in our summer. So it was like a holiday break for the guys. It was huge down here. But then it died off. And then WrestleMania hit, and our Channel 10, which was sort of like where you'd expect to see other great 80s hits like Magnum P.I. I think TJ Hooker used to be on before the wrestling with Shatner and his girdle and his hairpiece running down the street.
You just got me thinking. Shatner, I don't think he moved. They just had the scenery behind him. Someone was like, hold the scenery because he's like...
with Heather Locklear, I think. So TJ Hooker was the lead in. I mean, Miami Vice was on earlier. I wasn't into that sort of stuff, that pastel sort of thing. But when things were a bit fun, I even think there was a show called The Misfits of Science that ran for a season before the wrestling with Courtney Cox, Arquette, Schwimmer, whatever her name is, might have been in the show. I'm pushing it there. And it went off huge down here, right? Absolutely huge, because the kids loved it. You had people who were older who remembered the old style Australian wrestling, and it was absolute big time, and we become the number 3 market for it down here. And I used to watch the wrestling every week, and they put on 2 shows, sometimes 3, and I'd sometimes tape it if I was working or out with my Betamax VCR, and it was really good fun.
Man, you got my gears going. Now, there was a giant debate back in the 80s, VHS or Betamax, and I got to say that in my years of hunting down old 80s commercials and different stuff to use on the show, and not even just the show, before the show, here's how big an 80s nerd I am. I've spent the last 12 or 13 years, trying to find every station ID, every coming up next. And I find that the people who upload Betamax tapes, that footage and that sound actually is aged better than the VHSs.
Yeah, well, that was the word back then, that Betamax, we called it, rather than Beta, was of a higher quality. But I think our VCR, which my sister bought, cost $850, which is and it was huge. But it died out quite quickly. By about 1982 or 83, you couldn't get tapes in stores. And for all you young'uns watching, this is how you had to actually, you know, you had to wait for something to come out. You had to go down, hope that it hadn't been borrowed, and then you'd watch it 2 or 3 times. And that's how we got our AWA and NWA wrestling down here too, because I used to work in a news agency. I'm not sure what your equivalent is, like a drugstore type of thing.
Okay.
And the guys would just come in and read the wrestling mags because you were seeing stuff you couldn't see, you know, the arena reports. And you'd go to a shopping mall and there'd just be like guys, little kids, old guys, just reading the wrestling mags. So, you know, it was a huge thing down here. And we still see it now with, you know, Australian talent getting it into the big time. And we have a lot of indie wrestling things, but there is no big wrestling sort of community down here, so they're very committed to what they do.
Man, I'll tell you, you make a great point with that, Brutus. But you know, every point you make is a great point. But you really got me thinking on that one. Yeah, I mean, to have Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik, like WWF's doing a show with like, you know, Alabama, which is really, really tough territory for guys like that, especially at the height of the Cold War. And here's Volkov, and he's going to annoy everyone by going, I'm going to sing the Russian national anthem. You stand upon your feet. And you have to tolerate him going, oh, your son is saved. And then
sing it. Everyone's got it in there. And I've got the national anthem. I can't sing, but what is it? Soyuz Nonorishki Republic Svadonni Splatista Novaka Velika Rus, and so on. And of course, Big Nick, the man behind it, Joseph was Croatian, not Russian, and so that's a world apart. But that was the time, and this man came along. He was already big, but you know, the incredible Hulk Hogan at the time, the right man at the right time and the right place. And
big
now,
time.
History's very kind to people who want to be critical, and they'll go back and they'll say, "Oh, he wasn't a good wrestler. He wasn't."
Yeah.
You don't manufacture charisma, and it's surprising who actually has it. Ben, this guy who's a friend of mine, he doesn't have it. Smash, he's got a little bit of it, right? Me, I'm very low down on the charisma scale. But that's what came along at that time, and it was a huge thing. And of course, the biggest face is nothing without the swaggering, rowdy Roddy Piper. And you know, unfortunately, Hogan and Piper never crossed paths all that often as single combatants. But Piper, you know, and I addressed this in the intro in the book, because with the book, I have to fit their golden age careers into one page. It's very difficult. So Piper got a lot of mention early on. His work with David Wolf and Cyndi Lauper was magnificent. But he even had the former vice presidential candidate and Gloria Steinem, a noted feminist, said, Piper, you know, you're a disgrace to wear a skirt. And, you know, you had all these celebrity crossovers, and it was just huge. And when they actually attacked Cyndi Lauper in the ring, Entertainment Tonight, which was big, as you know, back then, and a lot of the viewers, they reported it, but not as a work, right? That Cyndi Lauper had been assaulted by Roddy Piper in the ring. And so Vince McMahon must have just been going, whoa, it's all happening now.
Vince had the luxury then of, and I think that's why he's had trouble in later years, is that he I have a few friends that don't watch wrestling or didn't watch wrestling. They're all NFL guys, you know those guys. Yeah. And they're like, I don't get what was so special about WWF in the 80s. And it's like Vince went around to all the territories, or to explain it to them, imagine you're starting up a football team, or say you're inheriting a football team from your dad, and your football team from your dad blends in with all the other guys. But you have this just stockpile of money. You go around to every other team in the league and you pick out 2 or 3 of their very best players that have put that team on the map, that are easily recognizable to the whole public. And that's what Vince did. He went around and he grabbed Bundy from here, and Big John Studd from there, and Hulk Hogan from here, and Roddy Piper from there. And so in the 80s, unless he really messed up, I don't think he could have done any wrong, because he had this great collection of there were no B's, in my opinion. There were A and A+ players, because all those guys, you know, Sheik could main event a card. in one town, Hulk could main event in another, and it's the depth of the talent roster was amazing.
Yeah, they would run 3 cards, and the third card would often be the C card around in school gyms and that. But then you might get on the C card British Bulldogs versus Heart Foundation, and because their tag team setup was so good. But it's really interesting that you do that, because that you actually bring that up, because I think there was much less scripting. There might be some scripting, but a lot of the guys were old school, so it was like they knew to work, they knew the angle, they knew how to play it. It's sort of like the storylines were looser. This is what we're going to do, and we're going to get to this end point, as opposed to just coming out with a microphone. And the guys are really good talkers now and really talented athletes, but I just can't get into it.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, and I think part of it is it's like, well, we can't let them be too loose because they'll make mistakes, and it's like that's how the greatest ones ever were shaped. They made mistakes and they learned from the mistakes and they kept going.
Well, I've got to say I'm a bit disappointed. You said it would be all about me, and you haven't bloody shut up the whole time. So what's going on?
I'll tell you what. Next time I'll sit here and I'll be like.
Yeah. As we know, the digital world is full of people who can talk nonstop, but it's you've got to be able to. Communication is a two-way thing. So
I'm an active conversationalist, and when I really enjoy, the person I'm sharing a discussion with, I tend to be even more animated and more, involved. So. Maybe too much. So I mean, by all means, man, take it as a giant compliment, because chatting with you just is awesome for me, and I really appreciate you, coming on and just talking with me about stuff, man.
No, thanks for that, Smash. I think in a different world we might even be friends. So, but that's just not going to happen in what the world is now. But yeah. It was a pleasure to be on, and I hope the people who are viewing this got something interesting out of it. And if anyone remembers the Misfits of Science, I think that's what they were called, with Courtney Cox there and a few other established actors, one season on, and good old TJ Hooker, who could forget William Shatner, with running around.
Brutus, thank you so much, man. It was a real pleasure, and I mean that seriously. It was a real pleasure for me to have you on my show. Thank you so much.
I'm honoured to be asked to be. Honestly, I mean, it's a very surprising thing for me, for people to ask me to appear on their show. So thank you so much for that, Mr. Smash Ventura. And long may you reign.
Hey, there we go. All right, folks. That is the legendary Figstorian Brutus Valintine. We are going to have him back because I have photos of our trip to Vegas, and he knows about them. We got more great stuff coming up on Smash Ventura TV. So we'll be right back.
That's where Dr. Proctor came from.
Brutus and I are going to talk about Dr. Proctor for another hour. You folks go take a look at this. A lot more great stuff, including fingering King Kong Bundy, coming up on Smash Ventura TV. Let's go to something.
Best of TV themes.
Ray Bay.
Over 40 feet high.
Ray Bay.
Just a little bit shy.
Ray Bay.
But a super strong guy.
Yep, that's me.
The great Ray Bay.
Rape.
If he comes to your town,
Rape.
he will really put down
Rape.
any bad guy around. The Great Ape. What a sight to see him jogging block after block. Things begin to shake and quake and rattle and rock. The big hurrah!
Rape.
I do not recommend.
Rape.
He's one to offend.
Rape.
So be sure he's your friend.
Better be sure.
The Great Ape.
Yep, that's me.
We're living in the 1980s with Smash Ventura.
I jump his bones just because it's now, baby. It's here.
I couldn't even believe it. Like we were going and going and going for hours and hours.
Figures, you skank.
At least I have some energy.
At least I got the best Coke in the world.
Yeah, and you're so cracked out on it, you can't even get it up. Wait a minute.
Sunday nights, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern.
Hi, it's Phil Collins here. I only listen to
Star1079.com.
Is custom made to order, so please allow 2 to 3 weeks for custom manufacturing and delivering. So get yours today. Visit the Custom Toy Ring store on eBay at the following link, and keep up with us on Twitter at Custom Toy Rings. Custom Toy Rings. Get it real.
Just suspect my emotion wandering, yeah. Not want to part this anymore. The rainwater drips through the crack in the ceiling. I'll have to spend my time on repair. Like the rain
Welcome back to Smash Ventura TV. I am the charismatic, handsome, ultra-intelligent Mr. Main Event. Any of you guys buying this? I'm just the Smasher, come on! Okay. That was our movie music feature, and another great one as I'm leaning over the desk. Sit up straight! 16 Candles! If You Were Here, by the Thompson Twins, who are filthy rotten liars because they're not related and they're actually a trio. Yeah, no, I love the Thompson Twins. 16 Candles, I don't care what anyone says, that is one of my guilty pleasures. Sometimes when the world out there gets just horrible, I will just create a stack of John Hughes films, order a couple of pizzas, and away we go. Oh man, I was just looking at my notes. What's on TV in the 1980s? We're going to take a look at NBC. We Can All Just Be There. Remember? Right? Unsolved Mysteries with Robert Stack. Who else got nightmares with the opening credits of that? The music, all creepy and stuff, and then he would always walk out of a foggy area, and he had the eyebrows, huh? Tonight on Unsolved Mysteries, a lady disappears 3 weeks ago without a trace. And, this is a good one. So, it seemed like in the 80s there was a time where they would make a cereal out of anything and a cartoon out of anything. Now, Mr. T, the Mr. T cartoon, I didn't understand the translation, but I enjoyed it. We went from being part of the A-Team to driving a bus around with kids who did Olympic maneuvers, and a dog who had the Mr. T haircut, and the little ginger kid that, was always like, I pity the poo! I beat you up! I pity the poo! And the bad guys would look at the little kid and be like, yeah, right. But then they get scared because Mr. T would show up behind him and be like, yeah. Great cartoon, Mr. T, but in this promo you'll notice it's Mr. T and the Wacky Wall Walkers special. Who remembers the Wacky Wall Walkers of the 80s? They even put them in breakfast cereals. So they didn't make a cereal out of them, but they were the prize. You'd take them out of the box. Sometimes you could fling them against the wall and they'd stick, or sometimes you'd run them under the tap water for a few minutes and then fling them at the wall. They'd stick, and then they'd slowly walk down. Who greenlighted a cartoon? The Wacky Wall Walkers. What would be the premise? Episode after episode after episode. People flinging them against the wall. 30 or 25 minutes, not counting commercials, of watching them slowly go down the wall. What's the point? Too many people are sniffing Count Chocula cereal, including me. But what's on TV in the 1980s? NBC, I've rattled on enough. Enjoy the nostalgia. You tell me your memories of these great promos. Smash Ventura TV. Bill, roll it, or I'm going to give you your own spin-off show of you rolling it. Now.
As seen on TV.
This is the NBC Television Network.
It's the Mr. T and Wacky Wall Walker special Sunday night as T faces his toughest challenge.
Don't make me laugh.
That's Mr. T. Then the Wacky Wall Walkers Sunday.
She claimed it was the car of the future, but the car was a scam.
The vehicle just absolutely did not exist.
And she was a con man. He was a pizza man who killed a competition.
Unless he is captured, he got away with murder.
She turned up missing just a few feet from home.
It's been a nightmare ever since.
Find her on an all-new Unsolved Mysteries Wednesday.
I'm Jane Pauley. This week on Today, we'll meet the new Labor Secretary, Ann McLaughlin. Also, 60s rock star Marianne Faithfull, Robin Williams, and Jeremy Irons. This week on Today.
My zippers bust, my buckles break. I'm too much man for you to take. The pavement cracks when I fall down. I've got more chins than Chinatown. 'Cause I'm fat, fat, fat.
In the digital world, there's legends, icons, kings, and customizers. But there's only one man who can stretch the parts, shrink the parts, mix and match the parts digitally, and create all new figures out of existing figures, and then print up
all the action. Feel the power. Feel the fury. Print Fury Customs. Contact the man himself, Kevin Pelkey, on Facebook. Print Fury Customs. You won't be sorry.
I was listening to the radio. I heard a song reminding me of long ago. I know now that things will never be the same now. I wanna go back and do it all over, but I can't go back, I know. I wanna go back, 'cause I feel it so much older, but I can't go back, I know. I wanna go back, don't you forget about me.
Hello there, I'm Marnie from the Gymnasium. The Gymnasium is a wonderful community of downtown Rutland members. We also have people from all over the world taking our classes over Zoom. It's actually pretty fun. So you should join us sometime.
What if the results don't come? They're not going to come if you quit. Keep showing up. I'm tired. Keep showing up. If no one invests in you, invest in yourself.
Come join us for all of your fitness needs. We have classes, we have workout equipment. You can do your own workout, your own pace.
If no one believes in you, believe in yourself.
Come and see what we're all about.
Keep showing up. Keep showing up.
Welcome back to Smash Ventura TV. I am the man with pink hair, 80s flair, action, excitement, fireworks, whatever it takes. I just enjoy sharing the good times with you guys, and I hope this episode's bringing back a lot for you. Huh? This set of retro commercials coming up. One commercial jumps out especially. Pringles. And the craziness of, I got the fever for the flavor of a Pringles. We had so many plagues in the 1980s that aren't talked about. That's right. And they all stem back from one source, in my opinion. Hands Across America. Yeah, you heard me right. I said hands across America because nobody washed their little sticky palms before touching each other. Pac-Man fever spread from coast to coast. Everyone was taken. And whoever survived that, then got a fever for the flavor of a freaking Pringles. I love Pringles, by the way. Not to mention that when we finally got tired of all these 80s plagues, me and my whole village, we got together and circled the wagons and decided, okay, we're leaving. And before we could get to our destination, everyone except for me died from dysentery. Friggin' Oregon Trail. Still, the #1 cause of all classroom wars back then. On computer day, right? Ugh. The fever for the flavor of a Pringles. That just jumps out to me. But you tell me which commercial brings back whatever 80s goodness for you. Because there's so much goodness. Retro commercials right here on Smash Ventura TV. Phil, wash your hands and then roll it.
Retro commercials of the 1980s.
Annoyed hates hot quality pizza. He loves to make your hot pizza ice cold. Call Domino's Pizza and avoid the noise. We keep the cold out and all this quality in. So when you want quality pizza hot and delicious, Domino's Pizza delivers. One call does it all.
I'll give you trouble. You can pop a lot of trouble on the Pop-O-Matic bubble. Trouble,
Trouble. I'll give you trouble. Pop your piece around the track. If you get hit, you get it back. Trouble. Trouble. I'll give you trouble. It's a problematic, crazy chase to get yourself back to home base. Trouble. Trouble. I'll give you trouble. You can pop a lot of trouble on the Pop-O-Matic bubble. Trouble. 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 I win! The game of trouble.
Trouble, a Pop-O-Matic game from Milton Bradley.
Introducing the great new taste of Coca-Cola. The best tasting Coke in the history of ever. It's a hit. It's a Coke. Coke is it. It's Coca-Cola with a new taste, a new sensation, a new explosion of wonderfulness in your mouth. Go ahead, try it.
It's just how you feel when you know it's for real.
We've got the taste.
It's a kick. It's a hit. It's a Coke. Coke is it.
When you think of one name that means everything in coffee makers.
What's the one that comes to everyone's mind?
Mr. Coffee. Because Mr. Coffee's been America's best-selling brand for over 12 years.
You might select Mr. Coffee under the cabinet.
Or Mr. Coffee Jr.
Or the new International Design Series, the newest member of the Mr. Coffee family.
Style.
Quality.
Dependability.
And of course, all this from Mr. Coffee.
No, Pringles. Got the fever, got the fever. No, Pringles. Got the fever, got the fever. Got the fever, Pringles. We've got the fever for the flavor of a Pringles.
Hey, we all have manipulators in our life. Don't let them run you. They don't lie to you because the truth will hurt your feelings. They lie to you because the truth might provoke you to make the choices that won't serve their interests. When dealing with manipulators, there's only one way to go: self-care. And by taking care of yourself, you can be larger than life.
Visit tpublic.com keyword Smash Ventura.
Want more Smash?
People stop me in the street and say, "What the hell is wrong with me? Silk shirt, hairy chest, enough aftershave to drown a household pet, but I still cannot get a woman."
And I know you cannot wait. I'll wait to see me too.
Get your Smash TV. If you like We're Living in the 1980s, you're gonna love Smash Ventura TV on YouTube.
What kind of woman is going to respect you?
I love your station and you rock.
Till I'm screaming for more.
You're the best.
Down the basement.
I'm yours.
Lock the cellar door and baby, talk till it's me.
now a public service announcement from the 1980s.
The first time I played baseball, Coach said to me, Yakov, go steal a base. I said, I'm not that kind of a guy. The fun fact is, 15 years old, John Naxel was the youngest man to play Major League Baseball. He was the only one to call a bat boy third.
All right, we are back, and PSA from the 1980s, ABC Fun Facts with the great Russian comedian Yakov Smirnoff. I hope I said that right. Yakov is one of the unsung heroes of the 1980s, in my opinion. His whole act was, being, he's an immigrant from Russia, and he doesn't understand how some of the words in our English can mean more than one thing. And that was his whole act, and he was so good. He had kind of like a kid in a candy store kind of vibe about him that was just enjoyable. And he made a lot of appearances in different kinds of things. I remember him right off the top of my head. He was in Brewster's Millions as the cab driver. Yeah, Richard Pryor, after he inherits the $30 million that he has to spend secretly without telling his friends so that he can get his real inheritance of the $300 million. He runs out and he goes, taxi! And Yakov Smirnoff drives up next to him and he goes, I want to hire you to be my personal driver for $100,000 a week or whatever it was. And this is indicative of Yakov's personality and his style of humor. So he gets this big grin on his face and he's all excited and he's like, you want to hire a piece of crap cop for $100,000 a week? Oh, America, I love it. What a country. He doesn't get enough love. So Yakov, thank you for the memories. He was also in, the Tom Hanks movie, Money Pit. Very small role, but he was in that also. Coming up, we've got our video game vault, Outrun. Who remembers the arcade game Outrun? I flipped over that little red Corvette. Right? Flipped that over a number of times, killing the blonde lady, I have to confess. Anyhow, my memories of Outrun. So, during summer vacation, my dad would like to take me to work with him. And my dad, did a lot of different kinds of jobs. Landscaping, house painting, cleaning stores, cleaning bars, just a jack of all trades. And one of the neat places he brought me to, I think it was summer vacation 1988. I don't want to go too long with this, but this is what comes back to me when I think of Outrun. It's summer 1988, and I'm going to work with Pop, and he's cleaning a place called Casey's Caboose, which is a restaurant up towards Killington, Vermont. And the restaurant is built out of a train. It's unique. It has a lot of ambiance. They make these great burgers, steaks, lobsters, and I had special jobs like crawling under the tables to get the lobster legs that got away from people, or mopping and sweeping behind the bar. And the bar had these mats, and the circles in the mats were the size of a quarter, so drunk people dropped lots of money. The guy behind the bar apparently dropped a lot of money because there were quarters stuck in those circular indentations in the mat. But anyway, back to Outrun. So on my breaks, Pop would fire up a bag of, the gourmet coffee that the bar had. And the aroma of that gourmet coffee would fill the bar, the main bar room. And I would be over at Outrun eating a big bowl of goldfish and trying to make it to board 2 or 3, but I kept flipping the red Corvette. And now that I'm thinking of it, Casey's Caboose also had this little train that was up towards the top of the room. And it went all around the room. But they had a big TV in the bar. And sometimes we would catch the NWA Power Hour Saturday mornings on the big TV in the bar. But I can't say enough good things about Casey's Caboose. They're still in operation. And one of these days, we're going to go up there and revisit Casey's Caboose and have ourselves an authentic bar burger and just enjoy sitting in that place again. Reliving the memories of when I was a little kid and Dad and I used to clean there. But that all comes back to me from Outrun. What comes back for you? I mean, that's the whole thing. Great memories. And it doesn't take much. Sometimes a sight, sometimes a quick smell, sometimes just anything. I love nostalgia. And so yeah, Outrun brings all that back for me. Right now, and that's our video game vault. I know I mentioned that, but since I'm one of those old guys that trails off into stories, that's our video game vault Outrun coming up momentarily. Right now, our guest band, our special music guest. I hope I'm saying his name correctly. This guy has balls to his voice. He's a tremendous talent. Dan, I hope I get the last name right, Dan Vasc. Just an amazing talent. Go over to his YouTube page, like and subscribe, share it with your friends. You will not regret it. Dan Vasc, an amazing talent. And he's doing a cover of Queen's I Want It All, right here on Smash Ventura TV.
I want it all. Hey, I want it all. I want it all. And I want it now. I'm just a speaker on an empty street. Just an alley creeper. Light on his feet. Young fighter screaming with no time for doubt. With the pain and anger, can't see a way out. It ain't much I'm asking. I heard him say, you gotta find me a future. Move out of my way. I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. And I want it now. I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. And I want it now. Listen, all you people, come gather round. Gonna get me in the game plan. Gotta shake you to the ground. Just give me what I know is mine. People, do you hear me? Just give me the sign. It ain't much I'm asking. If you want the truth, here's to the future for the dreams of you. I want it all. Give it all. I want it all. Yeah. I want it all. I want it now. I want it all. Yes, I want it all. I want it all. Yeah. I want it all. And I want it now. I'm a man with a one-track mind. So much to do in one lifetime. Not a man for compromise. I'm wise and wise. I'm living lies. I'm living it all. Yes, I'm living it all. And I'm giving it all. And I'm giving it all.
The Video Game Vault.
Get ready.
Welcome back to Smash Ventura TV with me, the guy who's dreaming about bar burgers and flipping over red Corvettes and trying not to come down with dysentery from the Oregon Trail. What a great collage of memory-jolting stuff this week. I hope you guys got jolted too. So, if you want more jolting... Woo! Okay, I won't do that again. Sunday nights, music to your ears, literally. More 80s fun. Every Sunday night, the Sunday night main event on star1079.com. It all begins at 7 p.m. with my good friend Teresa Garrett, host of the 80s Revolution radio program. Followed by yours truly, Smash Ventura, with We're Living in the 1980s at 8 p.m. That's the Sunday night main event. Every Sunday night starting at 7 p.m. on star1079.com. And of course, you can catch Smash Ventura TV every week right here on YouTube. And for all things Smash Ventura, check out my webpage thingamajiggy. Official smashventura.card.co. That's official smashventura.card.co for all things Smash Ventura, the radio show, the YouTube show, Smash Ventura gear. We discontinued the shot glasses and the Smash Ventura brand panties, just so you know. Did we ever have panties, Phil? Well, I know you do. You're wearing them right now, but anyhow. And it's cool. It's cool, man. Yeah. Never mind. It's been another unusual but fun episode of Smash Ventura TV. Thank you all again for joining me for the fun, laughs, and nostalgia. I hope you have a great week, and I hope to see you back here again next time. And until then, as I always say, take care, and I will see you in the past.
Action, excitement, music, and memories. See you in the past, see you in the past. Living in the past is a new generation, a legacy bound by destiny. The modern day Mozart of broadcast entertainment, a neon icon living in the 1980s. See you in the past, see you in the past. Smash Ventura TV, Smash Ventura TV. Smash Ventura is larger than life. See you in the past, see you in the past. Smash Ventura TV, Smash Ventura TV, Smash Ventura TV, Smash Ventura